On today's Daily Strike, the Lightning get back to practice ahead of their 4-game road trip. This is the latest news and notes on the Tampa Bay Lightning for Monday, March 2nd, 2026. I'm Steve Versnick. The Lightning have lost 2 straight games in regulation for the first time since December. Head coach John Cooper on the 3 games since returning from the Olympics.
I just think it's been a 3-game trend for us since post-Olympic. Yes, the Toronto game went our way, but you could see holes in the game. And these past 2 have been unacceptable.
Victor Hedman on if the 6-2 loss to the Sabres is concerning.
Nothing's concerning about this team. It's obviously, the stretch we've been on, for most of the season. These 2 games it's not like us, and we're going to make sure we get that right for the next game.
The team had yesterday off. They will practice this morning. We may get an update on both Gage, Goncalves, and Dominic James, who left Saturday's games with injuries. Some notes from Saturday's loss. Andrei Vasilevskiy gave up 5 goals in just over a period. That loss snapped his 18-game standings point streak. That was the second longest stretch in his career. Nikita Kucherov had his 12-game point streak snapped. That was one off his career best of 13 games. Victor Hedman had an assist to tie Borje Salming for the 8th most assists by a Swedish-born player in league history at 637. And Darren Radish assisted on Victor Hedman's goal. He's found the score sheet in 8 of his last 9 games. Dave Mishkin and Greg Linelli will recap the 6-2 loss to the Sabres on Lightning Power Lunch presented by Reef Rum today at noon Eastern. You can watch the show on Facebook, X, and YouTube, or listen live in the Lightning mobile app, or download the podcast afterwards in your favorite app and listen anytime. The Lightning are back to practice this morning before they'll board a flight to the Twin Cities. They'll take on the Minnesota Wild tomorrow night in St. Paul. Puck drop is scheduled for a late 9:30 p.m. Eastern. The game will be televised on the Spot Tampa Bay Channel 66. Our radio pregame coverage begins at 9 o'clock on 102.5 The Bone and in the Lightning mobile app. Now, the Bolts will be back home next Tuesday, March 10th, when the Columbus Blue Jackets come to Benchmark International Arena. It's our annual Women in Sports Night. Limited tickets still remain to join us at TampaBayLightning.com. Ben Pierce and Julie Stewart-Binks have an all-new Into the Blue podcast presented by Penelope Bourbon out later this afternoon. They'll preview this 4-game road trip, wrap up the Olympics, and preview the trade deadline, which is this Friday. You can watch the show on Facebook, X, and YouTube, or download the audio in your favorite podcast app this afternoon at 3 p.m. Eastern.
This day in Lightning history.
It was on this date in 2021.
Center ice faceoff went for Goodrow. Foot and Sergachev play catch. It is 3 shutouts in a row for Andrei Vasilevskiy, the first time in his NHL career.
Andrei Vasilevskiy made 28 saves to shut out the Stars 2-0. It was the first time in franchise history a goalie had 3 straight shutouts. In his next game, he would then set the franchise record for 228 minutes and 9 seconds of scoreless hockey. Happy birthday to Ryan Shannon, who played in 45 games in the 2011-2012 season. He scored 4 goals and had 8 assists. The Syracuse Crunch have won 9 of their last 10 games.
Now works to the top of the left circle, looking toward Peltier, passes to Peltier, feeds to the right for Geekie. Here's a shot, score! Rocket from the right circle, a power play goal, and the Crunch take a 1-0 lead.
They defeated Rochester 3-1, Ryan Fanti making 20 saves for the win. Syracuse also getting goals from Brendan Fury and Jacob Peltier. The Crunch are at the Laval Rocket on Wednesday night. Congratulations to Lightning prospect Marco Mignosa, who was named the OHL's Player of the Month in February. He averaged nearly 2 points per game for the Sioux Greyhounds. The 20-year-old forward was a 7th-round pick by the Bolts in last year's NHL draft. Thank you for listening to The Daily Strike for Monday, March 2nd, 2026. I'm Steve Versnick, where every day is Hockey Day.